Now, finally, I was in San Francisco a few weeks ago, and I spoke with the prospect from one of my downlines. This guy, he was very tough. And they're like, Refugio, we cannot handle this guy. Please talk to this guy. So I talked to this guy. He goes, hey, man, I make $20,000 a month. And I've been working this company for the last 27 years. But I make $20,000 a month. He thought that I was going to get impressed. And I said, really? Is that it? He goes, what do you mean, is that it? I'm not going to say how much I make, but he said, that's what I do a week, probably more than that. So anyways, we met, and when I met with him, he said, okay, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. He said he did a lot of research. And he said, what's the green energy? What is the green energy? And now, I didn't lie to him, and I said, I don't know. See, the right answer, I don't know. Maybe they have like a different pipe. It takes all the green, and then the blue, and then the red. I don't know. He said, good enough, thank you. So no way, but he knew the answer. He signed up. He went crazy. In about 3 weeks, he had over 100 people. I went over there and talked to him, and he said, Refugio, I'm going to tell you a secret. He took me out for lunch, and I said, what? When I asked you that question about the green energy, and I said, yeah. At that time, I already knew the answers. Oh my God, here we go again. And I said, and he said, I knew the answer. And I look at you, and I said to myself and to my wife, if this idiot doesn't have the answer and he's the #1 in the company, what can I do with this company? You understand that? This idiot doesn't have all the answers. See, I don't want you to understand how deep is the pipe from just energy. You're gonna learn as you go. And I said, Refugio, the reason why we signed up because, first of all, because I was what an idiot. He doesn't know. I know more than him, so I'm going to make money. For sure, I'm going to make money. And second of all, he said, you were sincere. You were telling the truth. You said, you don't know. And we respect that a lot. Now, I'm going to bring somebody here for about a couple of minutes because I know we're late. Are you guys excited? Can you guys give me 5 more minutes? I'm going to bring, thank you, appreciate that. I'm going to take an hour, I'm just playing. Okay, guys, you know what I love the most now? Quite frankly, at the beginning, yes, I was hungry. I was depressed. I was running like ever before. Sometimes I would go home at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my wife, she goes, honey, it's okay. Now you're making a lot of money. Relax. And I would get up at 5:30. And she goes, go back to sleep. I said, no, honey. I mean, when you have the excitement, when you see what's going on with your life, when you see that it took you only months to pretty much change your life, how can you go to sleep with this? It's just the beginning. So, no, but every time I go to sleep, guys, you know, it's not about the money, honestly. Now, for the first time, I can tell my wife when we go shopping, I said, honey, get whatever you want. I don't care. For the first time, you can get whatever you want. Now, the first thing that I said, you're white, right? Your family. Now, you have to believe in yourself. Now, you got to work hard. I'm not saying that this is easy. It took me a lot of work, a lot of effort, but now I'm working less than before. Well, I'm still working, but it's a little bit different. That's why I asked my son to say what I do for a living, because people ask my little son, so what does he do for a living? He goes, well, my daddy, he talks a lot, and he makes a lot of money. A lot of money. Because, you know, I take my kids to several different cities, and they see me speak, and he goes, so he does talk, and money. So now, guys, honestly, every time I go to sleep, this is about changing people's lives, man. When I left my town, because I was building another company, and the company that I left, they say, if you take one person, we can sue you. So you better start from scratch. So I'm like, I'm broke, Chapter 7, I'm going to get a lawsuit. Oh, my God, no. So I drove about 7 hours to meet with somebody. And he said, man, why you drove so far? Why me? And I said, well, I don't have anybody else to talk to, man. So let's talk. This guy signed up. It's an RD. He signed up. I made $250. And he took me around. I was ready to work. And I met some wonderful people. but especially one person. Every time I go to sleep, the money, our money, is already coming every week. We cannot stop those checks. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I want to thank people from Maryland. They came all the way from Maryland to get here. Virginia, North Carolina. They had a commitment. They came all the way from those states to get here because they saw my commitment. Same commitment that this guy that I'm going to bring in a little bit. I met this guy about 10 months ago. We had about probably 7 people in the room. It was like a huge room with 7 people. And I saw this guy like this, very quiet. And in fact, I named him the quiet one. He was just like this. And so when I was done, I saw people like smiling and excited. And but this guy, he was just like this. And I said, sir, thank you very much for coming. Goodbye. Like, this is not going to make it. So the following, see, I don't ever prejudge people. I prejudge this guy. So the following day, he comes to one of my meetings. I remember that Daniel Chavez and Lupe Chavez and Sarah Arce, they put about probably 10 meetings in one day in their house. I mean, meeting after meeting after meeting. At the end of the day, I couldn't even talk. I was just like this. I mean, talking all day. But I made a lot of money, though. So this guy comes to me. He goes, here's my app. And I said, then I said, goodbye, sir. Thank you for coming. And he said, I want to get in. And I said, do you know that it's $299? And he goes, yeah. Are you sure? You know that it's $209 plus the website. It comes up to $318. So like saying, sir, you know what you're doing? He goes, hey, I borrowed the money. I want to get in. I heard your story. I went out and borrowed the money too. I want to get in. Now he said, I never done this ever in my life. But I've been depressed like yourself. I've been on the couch for the whole year. My wife has been supporting me financially. She's been paying all the bills. And he said that he was very proud of his wife supporting him. He makes jokes about that. So he said, I'm hungry. Can you please help me? And I said, okay, but I'm going to teach you what to do. You have to have a commitment. You have to follow me. You got to do everything that I said so you can have success. Are you ready for this? He goes, I'm ready. Bring it on. So between this guy and another person, we start doing meetings every day. In about 8 months, about 7 months, between Lupe Chavez, Sarita Arce and the group, and obviously he was one of the main guys, between those 2 people, they brought in over 1,200 people in about 7 months. Now, $150 times 1,200, how much is that? I'm not going to say, I already know how much it is. $180,000 because of the limited bonuses. And then a few months ago, I heard, and I can see, he said, Refugio, my wife, she just got retired. He fired her. She fired her boss already. She's not working anymore. I can imagine this guy with their beautiful kids hugging his wife and crying with happiness that now Momentis has changed their lives. 7 months he was able to bring wife home to be with their kids. Now this guy, he's also one of the top. He makes a lot of money. Never done network marketing. Now guys, every time I go to sleep, I don't think about my checks. My checks are coming every week, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going to Mexico, other countries. I'm just thinking about people that we're helping, changing their lives. So the second thing that you need to do, number one, your why. Go to work hard and really commit yourself and help other people reach their goals. The more people you help reach their financial freedom, your freedom is going to get even sooner. So please help me walk Ricardo Rojas. Just a few words.